Okay, welcome to week 2 of Tot Time. So you just heard our story for week 2 of Tot Time, and it was all about the sun and how the spider caught the sun for her friends. And in this craft, we are going to try and catch the sun too. So inside your kit, you should have a bag which says Week 2 Craft Sun Catcher. And we're just going to follow along with our instructions in our pamphlet. So we're going to take out all of our things. I have a lid. My lid looks different than your lid. You should have a silver lid. We have some clear glue and one piece of fishing line. This will be used at the end, so you can set that to the side. Then if you want to leave, there's a bunch of beads inside this bag, so if you want to leave them in there, that's okay because they can get messy. Right now, the dried flowers for this activity have not come in, so it says dried flowers in the materials, but if there aren't any in your brown bag, then we probably did not receive them by the time your kits were passed out. So a sun catcher is something that you hang in your window and the sun shines through it and your beautiful design glows up and you're catching the sun in your little sun catcher. So that's what we're going to do today. So first, I would like you to take your lid, and I'm going to point this down a little bit. You're going to take your lid and set it on your table with the rim up because we're going to fill the inside with stuff. Okay, so your lid is down, and then we're going to take our clear glue and we are going to put it into the bottom of our canning lid. So you just want it, you don't want to fill it the whole way up. You're just going to put a layer on the bottom. To do that, I'm just going to shake it around a little bit so that it fills all the way up. Okay, so now that's filled up with glue, a little layer of glue. And then we have all these beautiful beads. We have, and everyone's beads are different and they're all given out randomly. And everybody should have all the same little tiny beads. And I would just like you to take your beads and place them wherever you would like in your jar lid, okay, so that they sit in the layer of glue. It's okay if they're not covered. We're going to cover them up later. So remember, this is going to hang in your window. So put everything where you would like it so that it looks nice in your window. Okay, so I put all my big beads in there, and I have all these little tiny beads. I'm going to sprinkle them around. Dump them out of the bag. A little bit, these little beads do kind of get everywhere, so be careful. Okay, got a bunch on the table. And then once all of your beads are inside of your lid, we're going to take our glue and we're going to cover everything up so that nothing is sticking out of it. You want to make sure that those beads stay in there. cover those all up with glue. If you don't want to cover up the big beads completely, that should be okay as long as your glue dries pretty hard, but definitely make sure all those little beads are covered up. We don't want those falling out. So keep filling it up until you're happy with it, until everything's covered. And it looks pretty cool. All the little beads, some of them are floating, some of them are in the bottom. Everything looks different. So now it's a waiting game. You just want to sit this somewhere in your house, maybe in the sun so that it dries a little bit. And because the glue is pretty thick, it might take a bit to dry. So in the instructions I say 24 hours. So wait a day and do a check. I've seen some of them can take 2 or 3 days to dry, so it just depends on how much glue you have in your jar. So I'm going to let mine sit here for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back, and once it's dried I'm going to show you how to get it out of the lid and how we're going to hang it up with our fishing line. So we're going to poke a hole through it once it's dry and put the fishing line in. So I'll see you soon.